Hi there. It is Sunday, January the 19th, 2025, and I am sitting outside the school. I'm about to go in because I need to make some sub plans today. I have a lot to catch you up on, so let's get going. It's cold in here. I hope my heat will work. That's a good sign. Okay. So it's been a long time. I've been so busy with moving that I haven't really had time to catch you up, to vlog at all. Definitely haven't had time to edit, which is the main issue. Oh my goodness, my students turned their desk totally the wrong way. Let me fix this. Hold on. It's been a while since I've showed you my room, and I totally changed up my room environment after Christmas, so let me give you a look-see. I'm over here, except I took out the cabin. I haven't put it back yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to because it was causing more distraction than anything, and I still have my calm down corner chair, so I might just leave it just like that. Tables are in groups now, and that has been a major change. No carpet up here. I put my table, I moved it from over there to over here, which I'm actually liking a whole lot better. I can put all of my things in those little cubbies down there on the shelves and just keep this totally neat. Whereas before it was kind of like ending up on my desk, which was not ideal because then I just had all this stuff stacked up back there. So that is better than it was. I need to get a couple things out from behind there. But yeah, it is much, like there's much more space in here. Let me see if you can tell. And I'm getting a new rug, which I haven't done yet, but I'm about to. There's a lot more open space, and I like that. It just puts the kids further apart from each other, which has helped with some behaviors that I was noticing. Just to kind of like give you an update, we are in the new house. You probably saw, if you haven't already watched my video that shows about the moving process and the empty house tour and all of that, then go back. I will put it up here in the cards for you to watch. It was a big move. It was a lot of downsizing to do. And so it's taken us quite a while to get all of our things out. In fact, we were going to have all of our things out on Wednesday of this last week, but due to some things that I'm about to talk about, we did not go on Wednesday. So we just finished up yesterday, which was Saturday. We went and got all the garden things out and did our final like cleaning and just kind of like some detailed things, and then pulled the cleaning supplies out, and yeah, so we're done. Our landlord is gonna walk through the property with us like next weekend, if everything goes well. But the thing that I came mainly to update you on here, and why I'm here making sub plans today, is the fact that my husband is going to be having surgery this week. It was unexpected. If you follow me for a while, you know that last year, I'm trying to figure out if it was this time of the year or if it was later. I'll have to go back and look at my videos. But last year sometime, he actually had another surgery for a similar issue. He is a diabetic and he's type 2. He's been a diabetic for 30 years now, and it's starting to wear on him. He is on insulin, and he keeps pretty good control of his blood sugar, not 100% all the time, but overall pretty good. But when he's under stress or when he's sick, his blood sugar does get high. And recently, he did have, like over Christmas when I got sick and I was out, he ended up getting what I had. He didn't have it as long as me, but it made his blood sugars go up temporarily. And then he got a like cut or a sore on his foot, and because his blood sugars were up, then and he was sick, it didn't heal well. And so what ended up happening was he got gout. It got into the bone in his toe, and he's having an amputation done. This is something that like it's huge, but we've been through it. This is our 5th time going through it now. And so you'll probably see some major focus in this next coming year on health on my channel. I'll still continue to deliver teaching content and things like that, but this is a channel about teacher self-care, and part of taking care of yourself is ensuring that the people that you love are also cared for, so that you can relax and be fully present when you are at work, and focus on the things that you need to do. So I have known, actually it was part of my like plan for 2025 to get really healthy this year and to lose some weight. And I usually don't try to make that like a New Year's resolution, but this year it's just been something that's been kind of like on my mind anyway, that I want to change my diet like more drastically and just make sure that now that I'm moved and I have access to places that I can more easily exercise, that I up my exercise and, you know, take off anything that might be contributing to my joint problems and things like that that I've had over the years. So it was already on my mind, it was already on the back burner that I was going to include a lot of health content this year. But now with my husband having this problem, we're very like to the point of being over having to respond to problems that we didn't even know were getting as bad as they were. Like, I feel like overall we do a decent job of taking care of ourselves. I think maybe we might like not get enough rest, if anything, because we're definitely working a lot. We're involved in a lot of activities. We help our church, we help school, like we spend a lot of time and effort on things that have to do with our, you know, with school, because we're both teachers, and we spend a lot of time here. And I think, you know, our biggest thing is just spending all of our time on that, to where we're not necessarily prioritizing time for the things that are going to, you know, help us have the energy and the good health to do those things. So I have to look at what's essential in the next year and what is going to make the biggest impact. The supervisor that I have now, my new principal, he's very much about high impact strategies. He talks about it all the time. And so I have been like starting to consider, like, you know, what are the things in my classroom that are the most high impact? You know, if it's something that takes a lot of time to prep, is it worth it? Am I getting the impact out of it that I want to get out of it? And so that I can cut back on time that I'm spending, so that I can balance that with, you know, taking good care of me and essentially helping my husband take good care of himself. So that is a long explanation to get us back to he's going to be out. We're checking into the hospital tomorrow, and there's a snowstorm coming. So I'm actually hopeful that we're going to get some snow, because I would prefer not to use leave time, and I'm low on leave time because of the fact that last year I needed a lot of days for like my own personal and mental health, and I didn't bring much over when I transferred. And so I was starting out with not much, and then I haven't been here that long to earn any, and I was sick for a few days over the right before Christmas, when I had that flu or respiratory walking pneumonia, whatever it was something. It was a virus, but I was pretty sick. Like, I was trying to come in here, and I would be here one day and I would feel so bad, asking myself, like, why am I here? Because I feel really bad. And then I would go home and be home a couple of days. Then I would come back and try to do it again. I don't have a lot of days right now. So if we are going to go on a remote day, this week would be a good time for that. And I would love to see some actual snow, because I miss snow from my home state of Ohio. I love having snow for part of the winter at least, and I haven't seen a good snow in a while. So anyway, here I am with the task of creating subplans. However, it's not going to be as hard this time, because I have a packet that as a team we are all going to be doing for the remote day. So what I've decided to do, because I looked at our team's pacing guide and our lesson plans for this next week, and we have North Carolina check-ins, which is like a state benchmark test that kind of gives us some information about how the students are doing so far and what we need to do between now and the end of the year when they take their state assessments. Those are happening this week. So 2 days we're going to be on a modified schedule, and there's no like new material really that's being presented. It's kind of like a review of what we already know about, I think it's about unknown words. I need to look it up, but we are going to be doing that, and then we'll start our new material next week. So it says we opted not to do a spelling list because we're pretty sure, even though we had it in our unit plan, we're going to push it back a week because we're pretty sure that we're going to be home for at least one day. And if we assign words and then we go and we don't know if we're coming back the next day, or if we're going to have 2 days off, or if there's going to be a delay the next day or whatever, our schedule could be really messed up, and we don't want to give words and then try to test kids on words that we haven't practiced. So there's no spelling words, and there's no new information on the days with the check-ins. So the first day that we had new information or an actual lesson scheduled was Thursday, and it says review informational text. So we're really talking about just comprehension of informational text. So one of the things we've done recently, which we just did our unit test on, we did unknown words, the meaning of unknown words, using context clues for that. We did author's point of view, which is basically author's perspective, but we call it point of view in third grade. It does not mean like first person, second person, third person. It means like a claim that the author is trying to make, or an opinion the author is sharing. And then we did text features. So those are the things that we're going to review. Well, this packet goes right with that. So I've just decided that instead of creating two different things, I'm going to put the packet online for my students if they're all here. And then if they're at home, the ones that are allowed to take their Chromebooks home, then they can do it online. And the ones that are what we call day users, where they check theirs out every day and return it to the media center before they leave, those students will have to do a packet. So I need to run copies of the packet. I need to make instructions for my sub. I need to put a schedule on the board for the 2-hour delay. And I guess I don't have to worry about putting up anything new on my Letterland chart because I'm not doing new words. So I think that's it. And maybe see if I have time to do my tests real quick and put those grades in, because I would like to see that information before I leave. I took my spelling tests home so that I can put those into the computer. The kids are going to be wanting their spelling tests back, but I'm not going to be here on Tuesday to give them back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll just kind of see. I don't know what to expect because we're going to check into the hospital, but we don't have a surgery time yet. So when we get in there and the information that the podiatrist has passed on is shared with the team that's on staff, then they'll make a call about what's going to happen. His blood work is such that we are pretty much like, he has proof that the problems that he's having are weight in the bone in his foot. So that means that the surgery has to happen. So it's just according to what their schedule is and how many, people they have on the schedule for surgeries, as to what's going to happen and what day his surgery will be. So depending on when his surgery is, like if his surgery is Tuesday, I won't be coming in at all, like even to drop anything off or see how everybody's doing. So I need to pretty much, between now and 6 o'clock, which it's 3:30 right now, I need to get everything done that I want to have done until I come back on Friday. And unless it's something I can do on the computer when I take my laptop home. Well, I'm done with my sub plans. I wasn't able to make my copies, so I had to ask my teammate to do that because I needed to get to some more paper and the office that I needed to get into was locked. So, yeah. Anyway, everything's done. It's been sent to my sub, so she's had a chance to look over it before she has to sub tomorrow, and they have everything that they need. My room is straight, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. We stayed home this morning and just sort of like decompressed a little bit and did a few things around the house, watched the inauguration because we wanted to do that, not necessarily from the hospital room. And so now we are on our way. Say hi to the patient. Hello, patient. Anyway, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Wondering why I'm being asked to speak on your video.
Because you're my hubby.
I feel fine.
Anyway, we're on our way to the hospital, and he called the doctor and talked to them and made sure that they had indeed called the emergency room and let them know that we were coming. So they're expecting us, and they're trying to schedule a surgery for tomorrow. So today is going to be all about getting checked in, just kind of like having them look at everything, verify the blood work, start him on IVs, do all of the pre-surgery things. He'll have to have do they have to have an EKG or something?
Probably.
So that they can sign off on his heart.
They have to do the pre-certifications. They do those in the hospital when you can't go to your regular doctors.
Yeah.
Since my regular doctors won't answer the phone.
We might be changing regular doctors. At least he might be. I don't want to change mine because I haven't had the problems that he's had, and I don't go to the doctor as often as he does. So I don't really want to change mine. But they are further away, and it is very inconvenient when they don't answer the phone. So that's what we're doing. I packed myself a bag. I have some books. I have my laptop so that I can work on some editing, and which I'm gonna have to do because I can't use CapCut because CapCut got banned as well as TikTok. So now I have to use my computer.
TikTok's back on, by the way.
Yes, but CapCut is not.
What is CapCut?
That's what I use to edit all my videos on my phone. It really stinks right now because I was gonna put a video out, but yeah.
Why did it get banned?
Same reasons. Same reasons. Connections to the Chinese. They think that they're going to get reinstated, but they haven't yet because they're not as big news as TikTok. So, anyway, I'm not really feeling like learning a new system right now, so I'm just going to use Movavi, which is already on my laptop, and I already know how to use it because I just don't feel like messing around and trying to figure something new out. So I'm happy because we got the rug in the bedroom this morning, and we moved the table the direction that I wanted it and added a leaf, cleaned the table off. So now I just need to find my like little lazy Susan and my decorations for the table. But that is done, so I call that a win. Every day we're getting more done. I'm hoping that with this extra time this week that I can get more done around the house.
Move my dresser.
Why?
I think it makes our bedroom look crowded. When we move the mattress over, I think it makes the bedroom look crowded.
Where do you want to move it?
I don't know. We could move it in the bedroom, or we could just move it out of the bedroom.
Well, you would have to organize your office before we decided to do that, because you don't know if you actually have room for it or not.
I might actually start working on that after the surgery.
He's not planning on any recovery, if you can't tell. He doesn't believe in recovery. He believes in normal life. Is if he's not in the hospital, he's going to do whatever the heck he wants. So we just don't let him go home until he's safe.
They were planning on doing this as an outpatient procedure. That tells you something.
It still doesn't mean you need to be moving a bunch of stuff. Anyway, all right, well, I'm going to...
As long as I don't drop any of it on my foot.
Oh my God. I'm going to check back in with you at the hospital.
What's been going on? Doing this and doing that.
Good morning. I am at home in what is going to be my dressing room / the spare bedroom, which looks like that right now. I kind of told you I wasn't going to show you my mess, but oh well, it's just part of life. So y'all know that I don't live like this. This is moving and I haven't had a chance to put away clean laundry yet. So anyway, I have enough put away that I can get dressed, which obviously I'm dressed. I am getting ready in about an hour to go back to the hospital. I didn't get to film much yesterday because there were a ton of people in the emergency room, which that's the way that we were asked to check in since my husband didn't have a surgery time yet until we got there. So we were sitting in the ER yesterday for a long time, about 6 hours, I think, maybe longer. We were sitting in there until they got us in an ER room, and then he transitioned to an actual room last night. It was like maybe 10 o'clock. So yeah, it was a very long day yesterday. I'm kind of thankful that we didn't go earlier in the day because we would have probably just been sitting there just as long. There's a ton of COVID patients there right now, pneumonia patients, RSV patients, you name it, like it is there. So I'm doing all of the healthy things today because I am not going to get any of that. So I'm about to go take my elderberry syrup, and I do want to go through a few boxes just so I can feel like I'm getting something done here before I leave today. So I'm going to go do that. And Joe's surgery is at 1. So I'm planning on getting there around 11. And then we will hang out with him. He's getting seen by doctors today to get all of his like insurance pre-certifications done and all of that. So he has to get checked out by several different doctors because he's a heart patient for one, and then he's a diabetes patient. So he has to have all of his doctors say, yes, he's healthy enough to have the surgery. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I came home to sleep last night and Baxter was not happy with me at all. He barked very loudly, and he's not like that kind of a dog. But since we've moved to the city, I've noticed that he's more like he's doing that more. And I don't know if it's just a stress thing because he's like still trying to get used to being here or what. But yeah, he's been rather vocal about things lately. So, and then I sent him outside today, and he has to be on a tie line right now because he will run off like a fool because he's used to 3 acres in the country. And he had a containment system, which we haven't gotten set up here yet. So yeah, he was on a tie line, and I went to get my morning coffee, and he, in those few minutes that I was gone, decided to wrap himself around some things that are laying next to the shed, and he got stuck and he was like out there barking, and I was like, what are you barking at? And then I realized, oh, his tie line is like wrapped around things, and he can't go anywhere. So say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yes. Are you smiling now? He really wants to GO with me today, and he's not going to. So he's not going to be happy when I leave. I expect to be chewed out. But yeah, it is 20 degrees outside here. We are supposed to get snow tonight, anywhere between 2 and 4 inches of snow in our area, and that's very unusual for us here in Eastern North Carolina because we're on the coast. So anything that comes through, a lot of times it'll be rain here instead, or sometimes we'll get freezing like rain or like sleet, whatever. But this particular storm is doing something different, and yeah, it's supposed to actually dump on the coast. So it's very interesting how it's all developing. But we have a remote learning day tomorrow, which is good because that means that I get that day back. We might have remote learning the rest of the week, which fingers crossed, that would be best for my students and for Joe and I, because then I could just be off and not worry about it and not be using up any of my sick leave. And my students will not be missing me. They'll just be doing their work at home. So our grade level has like developed a packet and online work, and they're giving that all out today and talking to the kids about it. So my teammates handling like the discussion with them. And yeah, I'm really hoping that everything goes that direction because it'll be nice for them to be at home playing and in the snow and just doing their work whenever they have time. I think that's our call right now. That's going out because I'm getting a message, but they're doing like an all call. They said it was going out this morning. So yeah, we are looking for some winter weather. So I have to decide like if I'm going to stay at the hospital tonight or if I'm going to come home or not. It's supposed to start at like, I think like 6 p.m. and then it's going to go through into the morning. So I'm either going to leave at dinner time or I am going to be here overnight at the hospital. So yeah, being the fact that he is here, unless I can get a neighbor, I have neighbors from my church that I could let them in. I could give them the code. I haven't given anyone the code yet, so I gotta decide. I hadn't talked to Joe, see how he feels about that. But we could have someone come over and just, let him out to go to the bathroom and feed him and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see more on that. But let's go unpack a couple of boxes and then we will get ready and head to the hospital. Here's my kitchen right now. Don't judge. It has been through a lot of downsizing, so still trying to figure out where everything is going, but I have my little cutesy retro theme started, which makes me happy and gives me motivation for doing more. So I'm about to hang that clock up there, but I need a battery. You can see my retro, like my cherry curtains look so good over here. I love them. And then I've got my new towels that I got to go with it. Of course, this stuff needs to be put away. I don't have a dishwasher at this house, which kind of escaped us when we were touring the home, which is funny, but it's only 2 of us, so it's okay. We just won't get behind on dishes because you can't. I have a few that I need to do before I leave today. And then this over here is just all the stuff I need to put away right now. But we got my table put together and cleaned off, so that's decent right now. I've got my living room and I put up my garland for winter because it's still winter and I like the whole like wintry tree theme, and especially with the snow we're getting, it fits. So yeah, I have some things over here on the coffee bar that need to be like gotten rid of, either thrifted or I need to sell these. I put them out on my marketplace, but I'm not really getting a lot of interest, so I think they might just go to the thrift store. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then this is the progress so far on my office. Believe it or not, this is not bad compared to what it was. Joe was able to get the bookshelves up. We're trying to decide right now if we're going to put something in the middle. I kind of have a feeling that I want to maybe paint the sides and then put something in the middle, like some sort of a high table or something that I can put decorations on. So we haven't really like moved them to their final resting place yet, but we got the cabinet in place, we got my desk in place. I think it's gonna come this way a little bit, as will the rug. This just looks like a mess right now, but I got kids' toys put here temporarily. I might get a better cabinet for that, maybe like something that it has doors on it so it's not so cluttery looking, and then everything that needs put away is literally just like stacked up and laying on that couch. I need to cover this couch, which won't happen until next week. And yeah, the keyboard is there, which is not an optimal place, but there's a chair back there. If I take this stuff off, I could actually use the desk if I wanted. And then I have all of this right here. So I want to try to go through a few of these this morning and see if I can't move that, and then I can move that stuff down to here and do it again later. So Baxter's looking at me like he wants to go outside, so I think I'm gonna let him out while I do this. Eyeliner, that's good. I don't know why it's in here. No idea. Wait. Baxter. I kind of set this up over here, and then what's this? When did we get this? Family game board? I don't remember this. I have no idea what this is from. It is like a combination checkerboard, backgammon, and keto. It says you can play 125 games using this board. Wow. Okay. That's gonna go back in the corner, and we're gonna move this big thing. And then these two boxes are boxes of books. So I think I might empty some tubs over here and put the books in there. And that way I can move things around a little bit and have some more boxes down here that I need to go through. This is not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be. is a collapsible shelf. I'm going to just stick it over here temporarily and put some books on it, get them out of the way. Oh my gosh, I just found a photo album that some of my students got me when I was teaching kindergarten, 2011 to 2012. Look, hold on. This is one of my favorite pictures. These kids have graduated and are like living on their own. They're like 20 something. Yeah, like probably 21, 22, somewhere around there. I gotta figure out where in here I want to hang my plant. I have this plant and it's an indoor plant, but it does need some sunlight, so it needs to be by like close to one of my windows. Maybe I'll hang it up there in the back window once I get all that cleaned up. Hang it from the ceiling right there, and then it can get plenty of light. I might just move some of these things over and put it on top of my cabinet for right now so it could still get light, so I don't want it to die while I am organizing. I think after we get our shelves like better set up over here, I might have like a book sale and get rid of some of these books. Box. This is super important. Not gonna touch them other than to move them right there. Scrapbook, very important. Just gonna stick this stuff here for now, because it needs to go outside. Let's put it up here. These things are actually hangers that I can take out of here. So let me go put these in a closet. And I have an empty bin for this other stuff right here. And then I think it's time for me to stop because I need to finish getting ready to go see Joe. Okay, let's look at our progress. Much better. Much, much better. There's a clear path. Just a little bit there that I need to go through over there. I'm ready to start putting things away back here and getting rid of boxes. So yeah, much progress has been made. My plant is now in a happy place for now until we can hang it. And we've got some sorting to do, but much better. I think I'm going to end up putting a curtain over these until I can get cabinet for them so that it's not so cluttery. And there's some stuff that Joe stuck on there that doesn't go there. So, all right, time to get ready. But first, water. It's nice to have at least some of the house shaping up. So it is almost 7 o'clock and they just took Joe back for surgery about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Obviously it's been a very long day. So this morning he had a lower blood sugar and they gave him a small portion, like a half portion or something like that, of scrambled eggs, which he wasn't supposed to be doing, but because the nurse gave it to him, he went ahead and took it because he thought, oh, well, this must be okay because the nurse is giving it to me. And then the doctor came in and said, what are you doing? And so they postponed his surgery from 1 to 4, but then they never came to get him. And so they just finally now came in to get him, and he's back there. So I just had some dinner. The nurse was nice enough to get me a tray. We've changed rooms twice now. So last night, when they finally got us back in a room, we were in an ER room. And then right after I left, which was like 10 o'clock, something like that, they moved Joe over to a holding room, which was like where they hold patients when they have to get like a cardiac procedure, like a catheterization or something like that, because that was the only room that they had available. And then today some people checked out, and so or were discharged, I guess. It's not a hotel. Anyway, they were able to clean a room and get a room ready for him. So now we are in the regular rooms that we're supposed to be in, which is much bigger and has its own restroom. And I have a nice little recliner here that I'm in. I did have a chair in the other room, but this one will be much better because I'm actually spending the night tonight. We have snow, and I had my neighbor go over and check on the dog so that I can just stay here tonight and then go back tomorrow morning whenever it's like safe for us to drive. So yeah, so I am hanging out, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and just chill and try to relax. And tomorrow is a remote day. Our district actually called it this morning they called. I think I said that in the previous clip. So they called it, and all of that is already taken care of. And then if we have any other days out this week, like tomorrow, I just need to check in with my students while I'm on the computer and make sure they have everything they need. Like I have a student, I need to look up her sign-in password because she's nervous that she is going to forget it. So I'm going to text that to her mom, stuff like that. Just anything that they're having problems with, like just, chat with them. And then I have some work that I need to do, like paperwork kind of things that I need to catch up on. So that'll be good for me to do while I'm hanging out with Joe tomorrow. And then just kind of hope that they will release him tomorrow and that we can go home and spend the night at our own place, and then we'll see what happens on Thursday. I have a sub on Thursday scheduled, but it all depends on what happens. If we end up having a remote day, then my sub will be canceled, so I won't have to worry about that. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. It's pretty quiet around here. We've had really good nurses. They've been very, very nice, very helpful. When I asked for a chair because I was going to spend the night, I said, whenever you have time, I realize, you're busy, you've got a lot of people today. And they had it within 5 minutes. So have no complaints. I'm just hoping everything goes well with the surgery and that we can get back home tomorrow. So we have a mini fridge. This is a first for a hospital room. Oh yeah. And my guy is out and he's okay. Good morning. It is Wednesday and we are going home today. The doctor came in and checked him out, and they said that everything is good, that he's going to be able to be discharged sometime this afternoon. So I'm hoping that we are able to safely drive home because last night this happened. Snow BX. We got somewhere between 3 and 4 inches here, and the Outer Banks beaches actually got 6 to 8 inches. So it's crazy. It's not something that we see around here, but I love it because I miss it from Ohio. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. It has been really long, but I just wanted to say in closing that Although it has been a crazy week for us and a crazy month because of moving, trying to work full time, having an unexpected health issue that we had to take care of at the hospital. Some of the things that I did to stay sane during this time are to reach out to my support system. I'm really thankful for all the people at my church, in my life group, in my worship team group, and all the people at my school, my teammate, my colleagues in my grade level, my principal. Everyone has just surrounded us and given us all the help that we needed. So it's important to not be above asking for help when you need it and relying on other people, because I think that as teachers, we're caretakers and we naturally like to take care of others, but sometimes even in taking care of others, we need some people to help us a little bit. So don't be afraid to ask people for help. This morning, a couple of our friends went in and took care of Baxter, and I could have tried to struggle and drive home last night, but that really wouldn't have been a good smart, safe decision. So I'm glad that I went ahead and did that. They've left us some food, so we have food when we come back, and I'm just really thankful for everyone and everything that they did. Also, I think just pacing yourself and not pushing yourself to do anything too quickly before you're ready for it is important. Just being realistic about what you can achieve, and keeping things simple. The fact that I was able to leave very simple plans for my students. Everything went very well yesterday. Everything is set up and ready to go for the next couple of days if we happen to be at home. And if I'm able to go back on Friday, if Joe's feeling well enough, I'm going to make sure that I continue that trend with simple activities that are aligned to what we're learning, but just understanding that when these things happen, you have to give yourself grace, and most of the time the people around you are willing to do that for you as well. So staying sane during chaotic times is really all about recognizing what you can do to keep things minimal for yourself, and asking for help for the things that you need to get done but you're not able to do alone. I hope you've enjoyed this video. A look in my crazy whirlwind, chaotic blizzard of a life over the last few days. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all of you who watch and support me on my journey. As always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. See you next time.